All right, everybody. It is your boy Drip Export. We are here back with another Overnights podcast. I got the same three co-hosts with me. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves today, and then we'll go ahead and hop into the podcast.
What's up? It's your boy Dylan. Catch all my links. The link tree in the description below.
It's,
Yeah,
oh, shit, never-
You
it's
guys,
Justice, aka
One job.
ARZAH.
one job, guys. One job.
Sorry.
All right, come on. Finish this.
Wait, are
Finish
we
these
starting
intros.
over?
No, finish these intros, man. Come on, roll it up. Tape's still rolling.
You can find all my links in the description. Yeah, on to Manny.
Yes, Manny. Go by iKaiDub. That's all my links.
Okay, so today you guys see on the screen we actually have Madden for you. I'm trying to change up the things we put on screen for you guys. So this is a Madden related podcast. So of course you guys are seeing a lovely game on the screen while we're going to be talking about Madden. So this podcast, we're going to be doing two Madden podcasts here shortly. And this one is a review of Madden 20 in a whole right before Madden 21 comes out. And then our predictions for what we want to see in Madden 20 and some of the updates that they've released so far. Unfortunately, while we're doing this, the overalls for Ultimate Team ain't out yet, so we can't talk about those yet. But we'll be sure to cover those when the game's out and what we think about all those in the next episode. So other than that, let's go ahead and hop into this. We're gonna go ahead and cover Madden 20 right now. So as a whole, it started out promising. They introduced X Factor superstars this year, which were something that we all had mixed opinions about. And also, they introduced a new game mode, Superstar KO. So I'm gonna let everyone give the game just a personal rating of like all the things in total, like the game itself, the Ultimate Team of the whole year, franchise, everything like that. And then we'll talk about details of it and what we actually really thought about it after that. So does anyone want to start on their rating? We'll do 1 to 10 again. Of course, like try to rate everything, not just don't pick away at your personal hatred towards the game, because I know there's a bit of hatred here. So
I mean, I can start.
yeah,
I started late.
I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah. Justice, for all you that don't know, Justice, this is his first, what I would consider serious year of Madden. And it wasn't really a serious year. He played late game franchise with us, so it doesn't really count. And we had superstars turned off and X Factor turned off, so he didn't get to experience that. He can sit out on this little part before we get. He's more here for the Madden 21 portion. So if you guys hear us talking about 20
sir.
or any past Maddens, he's not really gonna have much to talk about. But that doesn't make a difference. So actually, one of you other guys is not Justice can go ahead and rate this game, because Justice didn't get to play the whole game.
Yeah, Justice.
Yeah, Justice.
Hey man,
Buy the game
look,
sooner.
Madden was cool. Madden was fun when I played with these guys. That's all I gotta say.
It was something. I'll say that the game was something. Overall, I don't know. Personally, I'll give it like a 5. I'll just give it a 5 out of 10 because the mechanics, like some of them, like the passive mechanics, I feel like they were really good, but there was just like too many. I don't want to say they're really exploits, but like too many like meta plays that everyone can just easily use and win with, and it just makes the game not fun.
Okay.
Yep.
What about
agree
you?
with that. I give about a 5 too.
All right.
Because
So
personally, the pacing and passing, how it's just offensively, the game is favored. Like the running is completely broken.
the running is broken. I do agree with that. I'm gonna go with a little bit of a higher rating. And I'm looking at the overall game because there were some shines like in this game, so I'm gonna give it a 6 total. I'm out of 10. Just because I do like some of the improvements they made on this game. And I'm gonna give it some pluses. Let's point out some things here. Like they are right. In the beginning of the year, content was looking great. Like I'm gonna do some portions. So beginning of the year, content was amazing. We had an introduction to Team Diamonds and Team Builders, which were arguably the best promo that we've had in the last couple of Maddens, at least the last 2 for sure. That was great. Then we got introduced to more house rule games that were actually fun. The College Rules OT, the Loss of Downs. Some of the other ones that came out at the very beginning of the game were actually really fun too. I can't really think of them all. So those were really cool. Another thing that we were introduced to very early in Ultimate Team this year was, like I said, abilities and interactors, which were not super OP in the very beginning. They were actually cool. So beginning of the game, it was really great. mid-year, you know, we had Eric Dickerson, not the best in this game. Of course, there was a lot of many things like Dylan said that ruined the game. You know, stretch and dive were really, really, really good plays using this run and running the ball this year. Those were really excellent plays to run. So yeah, and then late content was probably the worst that we've seen in Madden in a long time, and that's really my review of Madden. So that's why it's staying at a, 6.
Well,
I do
I
like.
would change mine to a 6 too. I thought the game was great. What ruined it for me was the X Factors. That's what really it's my rating on them. Because the X Factors, I think the run would have been way better without the X Factors because then it would cover all the shoot and cuts and all that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. What was I say? Another thing I do like about this year was probably the best year of the, and probably this is going to be the only year that's like this. Theme teams were really good this year. That's a plus. I mean, it gives you an incentive to want to actually buy players on your team. I just think it's a little too overpowered, but of course, it is what it is. So like I said, this year had its ups, it had its downs. Like I said, content at the very beginning of the year. Theme builders to me, like going into what I hope for next year. But before we get into that actual full topic, I do want to see team builders and team diamonds and builders back next year. I mean, it gives you an opportunity to have those solo heroes for your team. The unsung heroes that aren't Hall of Famers but did good for your personal team. It's cool to see them back in the game. We also get tons of more content for cards and diversity of cards, rather than everyone having the same cards. That's really something to pay attention to. That's really cool. So I do like that too. And again, I think House Rules needs to be back in next year. There's no reason for us to not have like mini games and things like that in Ultimate Team to keep it fun. So yeah.
I love the house rules.
Yeah, House Rules was a big boost this year, and so was, like Dylan said, the QB mechanics. I think they need to keep the QB mechanics similar. The throws you can make or the control you have over your team as a QB is the best it's ever been. Passing is not the problem in this year. It's not like you can't win games by passing. It's just the run is so dominant this year that people just run only.
Yeah, like it was proven in the Madden Championship, but the guy literally didn't pass once.
Yeah, but it's not like passing isn't good in this game. It's just with the X Factors and the D line is kind of what fears people away from passing. So, yeah. All right, going into next year's Madden, we're gonna go ahead and bring up some things we want to see come back. We could talk about previous Maddens. So before we get in that, we're gonna do a little segment here, and I'm gonna let everyone introduce themselves with any knowledge they have of previous Maddens. Probably they can highlight their favorite year of Madden, and that'll be all. I don't really know if they want to highlight anything else they can. So does anyone want to start on their background of how long they've been playing Madden? What's their best favorite thing in Madden? It doesn't have to be Ultimate Team. It can be Ultimate Team, but it is Ultimate Team. And your highlight of your best Madden, or your favorite Ultimate Team, or whatever it is that you want to say is your favorite Madden for that reason.
I'll start.
Okay.
So the first ever Madden that I ever even played, not like seriously or anything, was Madden 07. I don't remember much about that game other than that the running and trucking was like overpowered. And then I really started playing Madden like Madden 15. But my favorite Madden so far that I've played has been Madden 17, because I just think all around with like the content and everything, even though it was like a step down for me personally, and like challenges standpoint and like rewards that you get from challenges, it was the best that like I performed in Madden, so it's just gonna be my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started about playing Madden around, like he said, all the cousins, family members. But the first Madden I touched or Madden Ultimate Team was 2013, which was briefly, and then 25 I played a little, and then I really got into it in 15. That's when I became like a real grinder of the game, and that has to be my favorite just because of the memories, of just being grinding and just just the time spent on it.
Okay. Justice, you have a first Madden you have played like before this one? I'm pretty sure you have had to play Madden before this. So if you want to say yours, you can. You played Madden before this.
NCAA.
Okay, it's still football. So what was the first year you played? If you can remember.
I just remember like the quarterback can literally be like on the ground and still throw the ball. I
Yeah,
remember those days.
that's a wow fact.
I don't know. I grew up like watching my uncles and brothers play Madden and stuff. Like growing up, I was into God of War and other games. So like I wasn't really into the sports games. So like I watched them play it, but like the first one I ever played was like that I can remember was like a college one.
Okay, alright. So for me, my first Madden game that I played like fully, like or not even fully, just actually played myself. I had football games on the PS2, but they weren't traditional simulation football games, so I didn't really play much on the PS2. So my first actual Madden game, where I actually played a game of Madden, not Ultimate Team, just Madden, was the one with. Would you guys know the year with Breeze on the cover? What is that? 12?
It's
2011.
like 9.
11? Yeah, 11.
Yeah,
So, yeah, 2011. So I actually no, the one with Fitzgerald and Palomar on the cover was that 10 or
That's
that was
10.
10, yeah.
that's the first one. So yeah, but I played that one first. Then I really played the end of 13. I played Ultimate Team on with my dad, and he played. That was his first year playing too, so we got into it like that. It was like a little like bonding thing we did. So we both played Ultimate Team. Then I didn't play 25 at all. I got my PS4 and I played Madden 15, which is by far my favorite Madden. It's honestly the most fun I've ever had on Madden. The content in Ultimate Team was great. There was a lot of content in Ultimate Team. Ultimate Team's probably his best peak there, honestly.
Personally, I feel like that was the peak of Ultimate Team. Was 15. Yeah, they've changed it a lot. They've added more content, but I feel like that was the most like balanced one.
Yeah, like that game was it was simple football. I mean, there wasn't a lot of super OP things in that game. It was more simpler. It's crazy how the game was simpler but harder. If that makes any sense, the people know or
Yeah.
people are OGs in Madden. I mean, Madden 20 is a joke when it comes to skill based playing because it's all animation based now and ability based. So it's not really win or lose type of based or skill based. So it's that's that. So yeah, Madden 15 is probably my favorite. Just all around. That was the first year they introduced Draft Champions as a separate mode, not a MUT mode. So you had to play that separately to get badges to use in MUT, which is probably the best way they've ever used Draft Champions. So that was cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then that's why I started playing Ultimate Team. I skipped 25, and then I played every year since. So that is it. Going into now what we hope to be a good game, Madden 21. We've covered a little bit of Madden 20, so I'm gonna let everyone, say what they gotta say, what they disliked about Madden 20, what they want to see come back from Madden 20 going into 21, and we'll kind of, slowly ease into talking about Madden 21 more and more and more and more. For me, like I said, content. I think content needs to be raised again. I do think we need team builders, team diamonds, house rules. Those are guaranteed to me. Abilities and X factors need to be accounted to because they were just really, really, really OP this year, especially on backs. And even the backs in this game, Eric Dickerson, kind of ruined the game for a little bit. So they kind of need to watch out what they do with backs. That's pretty my only takeaway from this game. And escape artist QBs are. I love having Kyler Murray on my team. I'm a fan of Kyler Murray because he's on my team in real life, but it's also cheesing by having an escape artist quarterback with all the extra throwing stats on him and being able to outrun any type of pressure unless it's a mid blitz or a corner blitz. So, anyone else want to talk about what they want to see go from Madden 20 to 21? Personally, while we're just on the Madden 20 topic before we completely just destroy Madden 20 because that's what we all want to do anyways.
I just want them to keep the passing mechanics and just tone down the run a little bit, and then adjust the way like defenses play on like certain things, like linebackers and users, like not sucking ass.
Ooh,
Like I'm not saying be OP like
linebackers is
Madden
something we gotta
17.
talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying like OP like Madden 17, but make it like Madden 18 or 19 when they're like
I
not
agree with
busted,
what
where they at
Dylan's
least
saying
make plays.
about the whole bringing over the way the game plays. That's that and like content wise, like they need to bring that diversity and probably even increase it more, like bring in more players, like so people that are fans of those teams, like they know those players, and so like they could have those people on their team.
All I'm saying is if they just bring back full season team challenges, they'll shut me the hell up for the rest of the year.
Oh yeah,
I'll be fine.
That is something I want to talk about too. A full season challenges. Full season challenges. Some of them were kind of like I don't like Madden 15. I like the full season challenges. Madden 16, 17, 18. I think 18 was last year I had it. I'm pretty sure. But I didn't like how there was individually ones. Like you could be on the Seahawks one and you had to play the Seahawks schedule. I don't like that kind. I didn't think they were good coins. It's just the reward.
Thing.
The rewards that got ruined as the year went on. On 15, the full season games were rewarding because coins stacked up after games, which was cool.
Yeah.
But after 15 is when coins for no money spent players kind of went down the drain. On everything.
Yeah, that's when you had to play online or like the solo battles, stuff like that. Like that's why I stopped being such a big solo grinder, was because it just wasn't worth doing all the challenges anymore.
Yeah, personally, like, well, actually, I'll come in this idea later. But what do you have to say, Manny? Do you want to see go from 20 to 21 before I actually get into that? Because I actually have something that happened in my head that I was talking
what
about.
Dylan was saying, the content-wise, and just personally, I like the abilities, but I don't like how powerful they are.
True.
That's my take on it.
Yeah, but that's understandable. Like, the abilities are come and go in this game. Like beginning year, it's cool. But Madden always goes to like this point in Madden where the cards just become too good, and then the abilities are just too much to ask for when you have a 99 overall card with like pretty much 99 abilities, if we're being honest.
Yeah, every ability unlocked.
Yeah, it gets to the point to where like, is it really a simulation?
Exactly.
Yeah, and a thing that like they contradict themselves with is realism of positions, like of abilities you can get by positions. And I understand, like, you know, they wanted some cards to have escape artists, but so late in the year, there was some cards that were able to achieve escape artists when they weren't designed to because of how good theme teams were and the speed boost. I don't think there's some quarterbacks that qualify for escape artists, but if they, you know, were able to get to a certain overall that, you know, stat, they were able to unlock it. And there's quite a bit of quarterbacks that are on the line of escape artists, not escape artists, and were able to achieve them.
Didn't Gardner Minshew get an escape artist card?
I think so.
Like his Team Diamond 2 card?
Yeah,
like,
I think so.
Artist, like...
Yeah,
that's one thing I would like to see go to 21 is the theme teams. Of how good they help the other players.
I want theme teams to be there, but if theme teams are going to be here, and it's something I want them to add to Madden, I think there needs to be chemistry. Like FIFA's had chemistry for so long. Yeah. I think they need to cut the bullshit with the speed, because like there's no way some players like Fitz and stuff like that and year should have anywhere close to 99 speed unless it's an actual complete throwback where he's having like 94 or it's like a rookie edition. Yeah, I understand that. That's cool, but nowhere near 99. Like he was never that guy. He was never Tyreek Hill. Like there's no reason for, you know, theme teams to have all your guys super cracked down speed, because again, I feel like with the run being so OP this year and open field tackling being so trash, they kind of like, okay, here, we'll give you all these fast guys and hopefully your guys are just fast enough to catch up and you can just, you know, switch out tackling became a problem at the end of the year. It took no skill to be good at defense because, you know, the way they countered evasiveness and things like that or evasive and things like that on the backs was switch out tackles, which is not cool because enforcer and switch out tackles became a problem again mid-year. So yeah, I do agree with you. I want theme teams to be good, but they need to kind of go towards chemistry and give players like you know, for instance, you know, off of performance in real life, Michael Thomas is a really good receiver, and Drew Brees and him have a connection. If you have them both on your team, and you have a certain amount of Saints on your team, their chemistry should already be there just by having them two. And then the more Saints you have on your team, the more chemistry it builds to your whole team. So that means that I would love to see chemistry affect like a catch rate. Like, you know, if you're playing at home,
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, you're playing at home.
Trades.
You got Drew Brees. You got Michael Thomas. You're playing at home. Chemistry's pretty high because you have a lot of Saints players. You know, you're going to see Michael Thomas win some of those contested catches. You're going to see him haul in that one-on-one touchdown maybe more often. Like, you know, give him a percentage rate, not a percentage rate and a leg of the dice, because, like, you know, there's cornerbacks out there that can defend it. So it shouldn't be a guaranteed anything. And it shouldn't be guaranteed speed. It shouldn't be guaranteed strength. Any of that stuff is kind of a little too much for me at this point of how good it was last year.
We're talking about FIFA, about how the chemistry pretty much. How we're talking about how they should do by division in Madden.
Well, yeah, because FIFA's
division, then they could get boost. Well, not FIFA, like stat boost, but like how you're saying, you know, percentage.
Yeah, because if I remember right, FIFA is chemistry based off of nationality and the region you play in or the like conference you play in, which is cool because, like, you know, there's plenty of soccer teams that I don't know. But you know, if they're not on the same team, hey, they're from the same nationality. So there's two ways to
Yeah.
get chemistry: nationality and teams, which is perfect. And Madden should do that too. But like I said, of course, there's no nationality. Like there's not a variety of diverse nationality in the NFL. So they should do, of course, team and division, which would be great.
I think they should do like levels. Like you can pair people up with chemistries with like if they play in the AFC together, and it'll give them like a little bit. And then if they play in the same division, then it'll be a little bit more. And if they play on the same team, then it's like max.
Oh,
That
yeah.
yeah, that's a good thing, too. So.
Or
yeah,
if they
like
played in college together.
Oh yeah, that too.
Oh, that'd
'Cause
be
they
cool.
do.
Colleges,
put college
colleges
on
should be on there. Well, no, yeah. At the same time, yeah, that would be cool. What year did they stop putting in the colleges that players play in? What year was that? Because I remember on one of the years you could flip over and see what college the player went to.
there. They still do.
I thought they still
They
had
still
that.
do. Oh, they still do. Oh,
They
yeah.
added that in like 16.
Yeah, they still have that.
I thought
Oh,
you
yeah,
were
I
talking
didn't know
about
that.
Campus Heroes. That's
Campus
Campus
one
Heroes is
I
a
miss.
promo that I do miss too. I like Campus
What
Heroes.
was that? 16, 17?
Yeah.
17 was the last. No,
Bless
16
me,
was
they
the
did that
last
with
one.
17.
16 was. I think 16 was the last one. I know that we had 17 because 17 was the year that they gave us all the free promos. Like they gave us every promo.
Oh,
We were able
yeah.
to get one for free, and Campus Heroes didn't come out.
I
That's
remember
one thing.
getting a. Didn't Badger get one though in 17?
No, 17 was motivators. They replaced
Oh.
Campus Heroes with motivators because that was the year that everyone got motivators, which is a promo that I personally love the most. Motivators are how all chemistry used to work. Like motivators to me they were the shit.
Yeah, 15. It wasn't like. It's not like they show the stat boost, but like if you pair like, what was it like pass rush, and they would like help them, but not like stat wise or something like that.
Yeah, there was a funny meme, or not meme, but a funny joke we have in between our friends, and there was a motivators card. Okay, that everyone roasted me for having because he was very slow, and he had +3 hit power. Okay, DJ Swearinger was a slow guy. All right, he was 80 speed safety. All right, there's no reason to have an 80 speed safety, but when you got +3 hit power, you know, on your whole team, it benefits. All right, you got some hitters other places. All right, now I remember one time we were playing a game. It was me, Dylan, and Fabi, our friend Franny. And we lost the game because DJ Swearinger was too slow to keep up with the guy, and they're roasting him. Okay, or we were gonna lose the game. Okay, but then a kickoff happened, and then our friend Dylan here ran it back. You know, and then we were getting ready to kick the ball off to them, and it was about 2 seconds left on the clock. Okay, so we kicked the ball off to them, and we got a fumble on the kickoff to get the ball back with 1 second left to kick the game-winning field goal. Okay, so they can never tell me that +3 hit power don't matter because we got a hit stick fumble and that shit matter. And I was screaming +3 hit power the whole time they did that because they wanted to roast me the whole damn game about him being slow. But motivators were so fun. Like honestly, a side joke with the motivators, I think our promo that I want to see come back. I like those. I like the defensive lineman. I think Chandler Jones had what +3 pursuit or +3 power move or some shit like that. Something like that. You know, one of the corners, Gilmore's had like +3 man in your whole team. It was like so cool. Like those are things I like to see. Like I wish motivators would come back.
There's a lot of promos I would like to see come back. Like a road to the playoffs. That was like a big one we used to look forward to every year, and then they just took that away.
Mhm.
Yeah, motivators was a big one.
And I just wanted to say though that Campus Heroes last was Madden 17.
Oh, it was. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I just looked it up.
Oh, I kind of swore because I'm thinking the last one was 16 because I remember getting like the Jordan Poyer and the Badger slot corner one, and I was
Yeah,
thinking,
those are-
Badger was the Masters card. Because I remember Rashard Higgins. Shout out
but you
Rashard
know what?
Higgins.
Honestly, I might be a year behind on everything. It might be 18 that had motivators and 17 that had campus. It might be 18 that had motivators. low
Maybe
key.
because I think earlier you were talking about 15 having draft champs, and that was 16.
Yeah, that was
16.
16.
Yeah, 16. I do remember that on top of my head too because I remember doing the badges with P2 on. Now I remember that. Yeah, I'm a year behind.
Yeah, but
on
I
everything.
remember Rashard Higgins got a Campus Heroes card from Madden 17.
Yeah, I remember that.
Shout out Rashard Higgins, he's a goat.
What did we get then for Madden 15? There was something in Madden 15 that was special. It was like new that year. I
I
forgot
mean,
what it was.
BCA was huge that year.
No,
Yeah, that
BCA
a
was
big
huge. But I'm talking about like actual. I thought it was a game mode or something that was out. Maybe it's not. I know Draft Champions was that. But the salary cap wasn't 50. Salary cap was 17. Salary cap was a year after Draft
don't-
Champions. I know that for sure.
I
Like I'm
don't
positive
know.
on that.
I mean, the 4th of July, that was good.
I'm tripping, bro.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of
I'm a year
end-of-year stuff
behind.
for
I
them.
was a year behind in everything. I apologize about that. So yeah. But yeah, I
Yeah,
was
that
more
was when we got
motivated.
like 4th of July, Veterans Day, all that stuff on 15.
Yeah,
Oh
15
yeah,
had a shit ton of content. That game was pumping out content until all the life was sucked out of that game.
Yeah.
dude, 15 was almost played down to the beginning of next year. 15 is the
Mm-hmm.
only Madden I know where people were still playing 15 when the next one came out.
That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. They sucked the life out of the game, and it was worth it. 'Cause that
Well,
game was good.
16 again had a lot of content too, but the rack catch was introduced. The rack, like, that was the different catches that were introduced. I remember that. That was like rack,
That was 16.
Oh, that
triangle,
was the
aggressive
ag
catch,
catch year,
bro.
bro.
Yeah,
Oh man,
swerve,
you get yourself a
swerve,
6'4" plus receiver, and you're winning.
What,
facts.
15?
Nah, 16, bro.
Nah,
16.
16.
OBJ on the cover, bro.
Well, 15 was the last year that you were able to have the same player on your team multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
People would just have like 3, 4 Calvin Johnsons on the
Yeah,
field
but
and just use those face catching.
16 was the year that you were allowed to move receivers to tight end. And
Yeah.
corners to slot corner. And, I mean, safety is the cornerbacks without there being a depth chart problem.
Yeah, and then they
So,
took that out too.
yeah. Receivers to tight end should have never been in the game to begin with. So, going back to the
Yeah.
man, they should have never been in the game to begin with because that's broken. My slot, my corner in that game was literally that's the year the Cardinals were good. It was like a 90 something overall Michael Thomas, or not Michael Thomas, I mean, Michael Floyd. It was like a 90 something overall, like 90 plus actually something overall Michael Floyd, and he was in my tight end position.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
That
Yeah, we got blessed that year. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, because we
Shit,
had
you
like
guys team deserved
MVP,
it.
captains, legends,
Yeah, we had
like
Carson Palmer.
Yeah,
Like, we had like
had-
4 or 5 positional heroes. There was like a 98 Carson Palmer, a 90 something overall, like a 90 plus something overall John Brown. Fitch had like the 99, like that Veterans Day card or whatever, like the one with the fucking army background all over it.
yeah. We even had like all rookies. Like they were giving us content for everything.
Am I wrong, or did Madden 16 have superlatives or whatever those cards are called too? Or am I wrong?
Yeah,
on
they
that?
had those. Yeah, I think they.
Yeah, like just
Uh,
had like the best hands thing.
Yeah, because
I
that was
think
when
that-
Victor Cruz had like best dress or something like that.
That should be 16.
Was that 16?
I'm
think.
gonna look it up really quick.
I'm not
just
sure. I'm not sure. I'm asking. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to remember because I remember that coming out, and I think that was the aggro catch year. Pretty sure. I think it was.
So yeah, superlatives was 16. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they took away. I forgot what promo they took away that year, and they gave us that promo. But yeah. So those are the
No one
promos we
was
want to
touching
see.
that Dorial Green Beckham though.
Yeah, facts.
Who?
Those are the promos that we like to see. Now back to the thing that Manny was talking about earlier about seasons. I do like full game things, and this is like going to Madden. Like we can start going into Madden 21. It's what we hope for. So does anyone have any ideas what they want to talk about right now for Madden 21 before we
We've
start?
talked about this. About how FIFA does it, where they do the seasons and like the rewards increase.
I do like that too. That's my thing I was talking about earlier. I was talking about they're talking about full games, and I'm talking about. I think there should be a thing in Madden. There's 2 things I want to talk about real quick. What you're talking about, I'm gonna touch on top of that. So actually keep going and I'll touch on top of what you're saying. So I would cut you off, and I don't know if you want to say something else after that. But
Well,
so
pretty much, I just like that's for like the people that really don't like playing online with, they just like to play the game how it's supposed to be played,
yeah,
and it just makes it like me personally. I'm not a huge online person just because of how people ruin the game. So I would love to have that because when I do play FIFA, I play that all the time.
okay. All right, what about you? What about you, Dylan? I do like that on FIFA too. I'm thinking about actually getting FIFA or playing it again.
Yeah.
I agree with Manny.
I agree too.
You
Now
pretty much did everything.
you don't have anything else you want to add? Promos, nothing that you didn't touch up because we didn't really get to you on promos either. You don't have a specific promo you want to see come back because you've been playing Madden for a fat minute too. So
Yeah, I mean, I want to see Campus Heroes come back. I'd like to see Superlatives come back, and I want to see BCA come back.
Was there positional heroes this year?
no,
That would be nice to see come back too.
there wasn't
Sadly,
there wasn't
I was
any
banking on
promos.
that.
There was any promos this year that much. This is the least amount of promos on any game.
Yeah, because all they did was just like they would release huge chunks and then big old gaps.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go into what I want to see come back. Like I said, one thing I want to see come back is I'm a head-to-head player more than these guys. I just like the competition of playing online. But one thing I want to see come back that I think needs to stack was House Rules for sure, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna come back. But there needs to be like a playlist Like Fortnite has playlists where you can play like a certain game every other week. There should always be a house rule out, not for the whole month. It should be weekly rotations. Like we should get to play college OT for 2 weeks, and then it rotate out with another game mode, and then it rotate out with another game mode. Like we shouldn't have the same content for a month or every series, because Madden is starting to like to do that now. Madden is starting to throw these series programs out, which is cool. I like series. Series came out in what, 18, guys? Yeah, I want to say the series shit came out in 18, where you got like the series trophies and points or whatever, and then every month you got a player. Yeah, so I like that. That's cool, but I don't think we should. I think the game mode should be separated from the series. We shouldn't have, college OT for 2 weeks, and then the next series come out and they want to leave Loss of a Down for 3 or 4 weeks. Like, no, it shouldn't be like that. We should get weekly playlists. Another thing they're talking about is the seasons. I think when you go to the head-to-head tab, this should be away from solo challenges. Solo challenges should be, to me, solo challenges should be promos. It should be team of the week, team of the year, most feared, all that stuff. Any type of card promos should be challenges. And then when you go to the head-to-head tab, you should have a online, offline. If you're going to click on offline, like Manny said, you should be able to play, full seasons, like of a whole 16 scheduled game season. Like if you're going to play franchise, start off on the lowest difficulty, or if Madden wants to be a screw over, you can even do it like this and I'll be happy. You can do a pay an entry, but I should be able to pick the hardest division that you have for me to pay to play, and I should have great rewards. Like I should get coins, training, and a player pack or a Pro Bowl pack. Like just like if I was gonna make the playoffs in the online, when you get to head to head, the higher you go, the more coins you get per game. You get a training pack, and if you make the playoffs, you get a guaranteed card pack. That should be just like that. Play my 16 games, make it longer than the actual online season, keep the online 10, because no way in hell I want to play 16 online games.
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so leave the online at 10, make the fucking offline one 16. Let me play my full week of football with my ultimate team. That'll be cool. Then you go into playoffs, you get double your coins in the playoffs. Like if I'm in the hardest difficulty and I make the playoffs and it was hard for me to make the playoffs, I should get 500 more coins, because EA doesn't like giving you coins, but they should.
Or
I should get
another thing. Personally, I like how 2K and FIFA both do it, where they reward you with coins with your performance in the game.
Yeah, I like that too. And also, I was about to say, when you play those seasons, FIFA keeps tracks of your stats. How hard is it, Madden, to tell you if I play an offline season that my quarterback passed for almost 1,000 yards that season, or passed for however many yards he played, the full 16 games, however many yards he played. Keep track of our stats, and then of course we get coins for our stats, like Manny said, per game or per season. We should get bonuses for some stats. Like, give us some ways to get coins, because the more and more Madden goes on, the less and less ways we have to make coins. So that is for sure something I like to see come back. Solo seasons, like I said, and this is something that I personally like. Going back on the series things, I love the monthly series things. I love how there's a chance to buy large quick sale packs, how there's a chance to buy packs. You can buy playbook packs. You can buy the player of the month. But let's go back to, again, I want to say this is Madden 19. I'm not sure what year this was. There was a year where you could squad up with 3 people and you played Ultimate Team cards. You played about 10 games. And then if you made the playoffs and you won the playoffs, or you made the championship game, you played the championship game, you won 20 or 15 free series trophies to put into the set to get the player. So if you took your time to play 3 full seasons, you got enough series trophies to get that guaranteed player. Non-auctionable, which is cool. I get it. You don't want us to make coins for free. Where the did that go? Like, why do we not have that? And for one, it was a 1-year thing, and they didn't update the card. So after we got higher than 87 overall cards, they were guaranteed wins to get free trophies. We should get that back, because I want to be able to play squads with my friends while maybe playing a full season. That'll be cool too. And I get series trophies. I want to see that come back.
Yeah.
I want them to add that stuff back though, that like the squad up seasons.
Yeah, where you remember playing those for the series trophies? It gave us an incentive to
Those were
grind
fun.
for. Yeah, it was full games, which is okay. I'm okay playing full games, but like again, they should raise the difficulty, give us coins like they were series trophies, because now there's no free way to get series trophies. I don't like how the series points. Oh, actually, they're called points now, whatever. And your top of the corner, they're a currency now instead of actual cards, which is cool. Keep it a currency if they want. That's kind of cool that there's less stuff in their binder. That's kind of cool. So keep it currency, but still make there an offline mode so I can grind by myself, and rather than having to play squads or having to play online, like Manny said, they're like trying to eliminate more and more ways for you not playing online. Like they just want you to play their game online.
Yeah.
And it's a marketing tool. They want you to go online with your 85 overall team, play someone with an 89 overall team, and be like, damn, I'm only losing because I don't have this card. Here, let me go buy some packs.
You know, one thing that I love that they changed since I started was they got rid of contracts.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
cool
hate
too.
Glad
having
those
to
are
deal with
gone.
contracts.
What's they're dumb at? Like, let's be honest, EA thinks so stupid. They're like, oh yeah, let's take out a way to make free coins and make people buy things, but let's take out contracts. Like, this is shit that we should be arguing about that we're not arguing about. We're adding them to add things back that they take away. Like, it's crazy.
It's just give and take with them, honestly.
Yeah, and it's like a 1 year thing, bro. Like, I don't see how this was. It was only in the year. It was only in the game one time. One single time was I able to play offline 3v3 squads with my friends against CPUs. Now I could do challenges together, which is really cool to do challenges with my friends too, for the stars, which is something we have to talk about going into Madden 21. But it's cool to do challenges with my friends, but it takes extra hella longer because you gotta load into each game rather than being able to go straight to the next challenge. There's a big ass connectivity issue when you do solo challenges. I don't know how you can lag when you're doing solo challenges.
Oh yeah.
There's a big ass lag, and there was a disconnect problem for the first 6 months of Ultimate Team challenges. Like, people were disconnecting from the challenges by themselves without even playing online with parties.
Yep.
How the hell are we gonna deal with that?
They just EA needs to not cheap out on their servers. They make so much money off of the players. They just need to do something with the servers.
Yeah. Like I said, I want to see the full seasons come back, regular solo seasons come back, the squad seasons to get series trophies, and or if they don't want to give us series trophies, cool, make us play online for series trophies, but give us coins. Like, let us earn some coins playing with our friends. Add more than 4 difficulties so it's actually fun to play. And also, if they're gonna do it ultimate team based, hey, update your cards. I don't want to be playing an 85 overall Tom Brady when I have a 96 overall Kyler Murray at the end of the year.
Yeah. Well, they did that in I think 15. They actually did update the roster mid-year.
Yeah, they updated the rosters, but the overalls were not
Yeah,
great.
that's true.
There needs to be a consistent season game mode where I'm currently always able to go to the next rank and earn more rewards. Like, that is something that's perfect. Like, and it's like, and the way that Madden justifies themselves is they're like, oh, you guys are complaining about not being able to make coins when we give you guys solo battles. Like, cool, because you gave us solo battles, you're gonna drop half your content and half of the things to do in the game because you're giving us a free 150k every week.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and then, like, the people like me that work during the week can't get those solos battles done.
Yeah, and I love, like, don't get me wrong, solo battles is honestly the best thing they've ever added for no money spent. Like, a perfect world and a perfect game would be Madden 15 with solo battles. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, I liked it when I was able to do it, but like, I work long hours, so when I get home, I'm just too tired to do it.
Yeah, I feel that. Okay, so that's pretty much the coverage of what we want to see going into a little bit of what we want to see going into Madden 21. We don't have much, like, we're kind of doing this off the top of our head, so for those of you that are wondering, why we're talking about something for so long, it's kind of like we're talking and we think about something, we say it. I'm pretty sure Justice is still here. If you guys haven't been hearing him talking, he doesn't really play Ultimate Team, so this is going to be his first year playing Ultimate Team, so this next section is going to be really important. We're going to give you guys some updates on the game. The changes they made, a little bit of changes they made. The franchise weren't super big, but some of the Ultimate Team changes they made, again, weren't super big. They were gameplay stuff. We don't know the overall for the players. We do know that they're adding zone depth. By zone depth, I mean you can change the depth of your curl, your hard flat, things like that. You can do it by yards now. So if you want to play hard flats and you want to drop them back 15 yards, they'll no longer be covering whatever the designed original play was. You can drop your hard flat back to cover 15 yards, and that also helps against rollout corners this year because everyone knows rollout corners were a problem last year with escape artists. So now if you're going to roll out with your quarterback, before rollout corners would work because when you rolled out with your cornerback, the corner flat or whatever flat it was in or whatever zone it was in would run straight down and leave that rollout play open. It no longer does that if you adjust your depth. That's a cool plus. I don't know. I'm gonna let them say how they feel about that. To me, that's a solid addition to the game. I'll let them say, like I said, say what they want to say about that.
I like how they're actually trying to find ways to like improve on the defensive side, because it feels like in most games they just throw the shit together and don't care about defense at all. So it's cool that they're actually changing some stuff about it.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat as him. Like, it seems like they try to improve offense every year, but they barely do anything to defense.
Okay. In that case, the next one that's upgrading is again the defense. The front seven got a whole rework. Linebackers usering, we don't know how they're gonna be. Everyone says it felt really slow. That's gonna suck if they are like they were last year. Honestly, I don't mind them being slower because let's be honest. Not everyone is Ryan Shazier. Not everyone is, Isaiah Simmons. Not everyone is gonna run your 4-4 at linebacker. That's kind of cool that they're a little slower, but there's no reason for them not to make open field tackles. Not to be able to cover some slow tight ends. Not to be able to pick the ball because in Madden 20, linebackers don't do in this game. You could throw right at the linebacker and if the linebacker don't react, it's a free play.
Yeah, go right over the
Hey,
head.
that's not true.
Very true.
Not with me.
But yeah, so front seven got a whole rework. They are now AI adaptive to taking the right pursuit angles, to countering the run, and making open field tackles. Now, from the reviews of every big streamer and player that played the game and played the beta early, said that it covers stretch and dive, which are the two best runs. Yikes. Man, it just lagged out, guys. He'll be back, though, for the podcast. Before it comes back, technical difficulty. But, yeah, it proves against dive and stretch, which stretch was a big problem last year. So how do you feel about that, Dylan?
I just feel like if they just nerf stretch down, like they don't have to nerf it into the ground. If they just nerf stretch down like a little bit to make it like where you can't run it every play and still win, then I think it'll be good. But I like how they upgrading the front seven. I think it's gonna bring like a lot of versatility to people. Like you're not going to see as many users. You're going to see people like get good at D line and like adapt to that and be dominant with it. And I like that they're actually saying that they're going to try and change the linebackers the way the AIs play it. So I mean, I guess we'll just have to see how it is. But from what they're saying, it sounds pretty good.
Okay, that is true. Going into the next one, we have a big. This is probably the best thing I've seen patched, and that is contain blitzes. For those of you that don't know, last year and every year before this, blitzes usually become meta for players that can't play defense great. So, this year you can no longer contain blitz, which is a big problem the last 3 years in Madden. They did patch nano blitzing, but contain blitzing has always been a problem. It's been under the sheets for a little bit, and now it's kind of got really brought to you this year. But anyways, for those of you that don't understand that contain blitz, anyways, you set your two DNs on contains, which is usually to help stop a mobile quarterback. But in this game, if you were to set your team on a contain blitz, you would have a contain, and then you would have a nano blitz that's not really nano, but let's just say, for example, just imagine the play being as fast as a nano blitz. So a free blitz plus the contain, so that countered escape artist, so you can no longer just one-dimensionally blitz someone through the middle. Your contains would automatically block shed the outside and go in from the left and right, and your escape artist quarterback would now be enabled to use his ability. So this year, contains will no longer blitz like they did last year. So if you actually put your 2Ds in a contain, they're going to have a delayed release for one, which is how it should be because they're containing your quarterback. They're going to delay in real life anyways. So they're going to have a delay. And also they're going to keep eye of your quarterback, how he's moving around the pocket. So if you have a contain on the left side, your quarterback starts going to the left side. Yes, of course that contain is going to start coming down more, but it's going to be like over time, like gradually over time. He's not just going to fully blitz in and be crazy. So contains actually contain now. So now it's easier to stop some of those mid blitzes and some of those other one-dimensional blitz plays because now you don't have to worry about contain blitzes. You just have to worry about one broken blitz. It's probably going to have a play that's going to be patched in the first couple months. So how do you feel about that one, Dylan? And for one, none of us are big time blitzers.
I mean, it doesn't really. I don't play online that much, so it doesn't really like affect me that much. But I mean, for the people that do play online, I'm glad that they're fixing it at least to make it how it's supposed to be. instead of being cheesy. So, I mean, I'm just glad for people like you that actually play online that have to go through it, that you don't have to go through it now.
Well, even when we play squads, I mean, you don't play a lot online, but when we play squads, it's fun to not do that in squads either.
Yeah, and I mean in squads, I don't really see it that much, but I don't play quarterback, so I don't really pay attention to that like the front seven.
Okay. So the next one, and the only thing I remember off the top of my head here was they adjusted the rate of DB. They're gonna adjust DB users next year, meaning that safeties can no longer, flip a switch and run side to side, which that's what people are complaining about. So there's gonna be a stat change to change the direction on your safeties now on your DBs. So you'll no longer be able to back strafe, run straight to the left, and then run all the way back to the right side of the field and catch up to a bomb or catch up to a pass. Me personally, being a safety user, kind of sucks because if I'm a free safety and a single coverage and I see that, a streak gets up on the left side and I want to start helping that guy, but then I'm starting to go that way, I notice that the guy on the right is getting ready to do, I don't know, a post route through the middle of the field, and I see that before the quarterback, I have an idea that the quarterback's going to throw it there because I see the release getting ready to be broken. I want to be able to, maybe back up to the middle of the field and make that play because there's plenty of elite safeties in real life that can change direction. There's guys like Earl Thomas that, covered sideline to sideline, like, can do it. So for them to kind of change us and tone us down on defense, like, okay, you take away the middle linebackers and now you're taking away DBs, it's going to be kind of like confusing. I'm not really going to bash it yet because I don't know how it's going to work. Maybe it's not even that big of a problem and safeties are still good to use, but if it completely throws safeties down into the ground, it's going to be kind of tricky on where I want to use her on defense to be effective.
Yeah, I don't really like it, like the way it sounds. I mean, I understand why they did it, but I don't really like the way that it sounds. Because I mean, change direction on a dime. I mean, that's what safeties are supposed to do.
Yeah.
So that and like in squads with user wide receivers where they can just run left and right, left and right, left and right, and then just
Have no penalty.
zigzag around. Yeah, and have no penalty, and then the safety users have penalties for it. Like, it's just gonna make it more broken. But I don't know. Like Junior said, I'll just have to see how it is before I like bash it at all.
I can't really judge it yet. So, for those of you that are wondering, this podcast is going a little bit slower. And Manny had a technical difficulty, so we're gonna try to get him back in. But if not, there's only quite a bit of time left, so we're gonna go ahead and finish it off. So we kind of covered Madden 20. We covered things we missed about old Madden, things we hope Madden 20 has. Now we're gonna go ahead and talk about things we're excited for and how to prep. Me and Dylan can give you guys a quick little idea of how you're gonna prep, and this gives Justice a chance to talk more too because he's been pretty quiet of how he thinks he's gonna prep for Madden 21 because he is new. So this is his first year of Ultimate Team. So we'll have to do like a mid-year episode to see how far Justice came along playing with me and Dylan, and see how much he likes Ultimate Team, if he liked it, his experience, stuff like that. So going into Madden 21, for those of you that don't know, it releases on the 28th. If you pre-order any of the editions that aren't the regular edition, you get the game on the 25th. If you do EA Access, you get the game on the 21st. As long as you pay the $5 free access, you get 10 hours guaranteed in your first account. So of course, those are ways you can play early. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that. We're going to go ahead and cover anything before we actually fully talk about that. We're going to cover anything that we really want to see next year and just a short summary. And for me, like I said, I want those two things to be implemented into Ultimate Team, so I have things to do besides just play online. And of course, I want there to be a little more promos this year, and then that is that. What about you, Dylan?
Yeah, it's just pretty much promos and content for me. Like, we pretty much want overall the Ultimate Team stuff, but the main thing I want is them to just shoot the yard to the moon and just push the hell out of it.
Oh yeah, the yard is something we're gonna get into too. I have totally forgot about the yard. We didn't talk about the yard or franchise that much. We're big franchise players as a group, but we're not like solo franchise players. Well, I am, but not. Never mind. I'm not like an online franchise guy where I play in plenty of leagues with 32 people. That's why I said never mind. I'm not, because I'm not really the guy that plays with a bunch of franchise like with 32 people in it. So I'm not that dude. But franchise has a little bit of adjustments that aren't major, but hopefully they're changing for improvement. The yard is something that we're all excited for. It is a 6v6 street type of football, arena type football. We're not really sure how it works out yet because we haven't really seen it on console yet. But it is you can play up to 3v3 with your friends, just like squads. But of course, it is a faster paced game. So I am excited for that. I hope they do that. What about you, Justice? What are you excited for most going into Madden 21 before we give them an idea of how to help start the first week of Ultimate Team?
Well, for Madden 21, like I'm really looking forward to content because I really want to grow like my YouTube channel as a whole. So like for me, content is a big thing. So like if Ultimate Team can have a lot of content, then I'll be happy. And the same thing with like the yard, but we'll get into that.
Yeah. Okay. So me and the other guys gonna give you guys a quick rundown of things you can do. So he's gonna go ahead and cover what you can do during EA Access, and maybe I can do the 3 days, or you want to do the 3 days and I do EA Access. I mean, it's kind of the same, similar things. So, I mean, we can give you guys both points.
I feel like you're more like in tune with the 3 days.
Okay, then let's give him.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah, well, you too. I mean, we both do. We both have our own. How about this? We'll just give you what I do and what he does, so then you have 2 points of views, and that'll just be completely easier. That's actually the best thing to do, honestly, because we're two different players. So,
our best anyway.
yeah. So, for me, this isn't I do. I know that I don't think they do as much. What you want to do on your EA Access, the day that unlocks on the 21st. First, try to plan out how many days you're gonna invest, because for those of you that don't know, there is like a glitch you guys can do. It's not really a glitch, but there's a way to get around it. You buy $5 on your main account. You play 10 hours. For those of you that don't know how to do this trick, you would go on another account, buy another $5 EA Access, turn off the auto subscription on that account, have 2 controllers. Now go back and open Madden 21 EA Access hours with your second controller, and then when you're on the loading screen, turn on your first controller on that account, turn on your other controller and move your toggle around left to right and switch back to your main account through the actual game screen, and then you'll have another 10 hours. So try to plan out how many hours you're gonna get, and then that's the first thing you want to do. Second thing you want to do, if you let's just keep this for simple reasons, just keep it a 1 day. Like you're a 1 day person, you're only gonna play 10 hours. What you want to do, for me, you want to open up on this day. I mean, you could try the yard if you really want to. You could try play now if you really want to. But to me, these are just for Ultimate Team purposes. Most of these days benefit Ultimate Team, so that's really what it's early for. You want to get on there. You want to get into your game, open up your Ultimate Team, claim the rewards you can claim. And by rewards, I mean they're going to let you pick your coach, your uniforms, and your playbooks. Once you get your playbooks, do the solos. If they do like a solo that you have to do, play through that, the intro, the tutorial. Then after that, spend about 5 to 10 minutes with the playbook you picked of whatever. It's usually going to be your favorite team. So we're going to pick your favorite team. Go to the practice range, or go to the practice range. What the hell is this game? Go to the practice field and then play for about 5 to 10 minutes and try to time yourself. Don't go a little longer than that. Play with the playbook, open it up, see the playbook, mess around with it, and then go back. Because for those of you that don't, they want to play a little more serious and you want to be, ready to see what you're working with, opening up the playbook can be a lot. Because some of these people spend this 10 hours or the first 3 days early playing online right away, or, getting ahead in the competitive. So if you're going to try to play competitively, look at your playbook. Non-competitively, don't look at your playbook. Next, you do as many solo challenges as possible. Try to watch other YouTubers that in the community that cover content more than gameplay. I know that there's like GutFox, Texas. I don't know anymore. You know what I was doing? Content, like people that do like actual. Who's the dude that Gabe watches that snipes all the time? Chewbacca. There you go.
Oh yeah, he's good at sniping.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of content players, like people that upload like actual, like they play solos and stuff like that. Like they actually talk about solos and promos and ways to do things. I don't know too many.
Cookie Boy maybe?
Maybe in the beginning. Anyways, for sure, your first 2 channels you want to pay attention to. Like I don't want to get too much stuck on it. Look up GutFox.
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt you. My bad.
No, go ahead.
Xerxes.
Xerxes, yeah, those 3 players are. Oh yeah, Xerxes being in community too. So those 3 players you want to see. They're probably gonna give you a rundown right away of what the best solos to do is. Listen to them, do those solos. Get any big promo card you can get right away. Usually at launch, Journey's not out. It's usually gonna be like I don't know what the promo is. Last year it was an 86 overall Baker Mayfield and an 86 overall Dinkin Jones. Those are the best ones to do. And theme diamonds were out. What's your 87s to 85 overall cards for a certain team? You want to do those specific challenges, get as many cards as you can. And then once your 10 hours is up on those extra 3 days, what I like to do is, of course, keep continuing to do challenges. Try to build up your coins. Try not to spend your coins too much on players. Like, gradually go from, silvers and golds to elites if you can. And then try to save up those coins. And what I like to do on the last 2 days before the game actually launches on the 28th. So on the 26th and 27th, get as many coins as you can. Like I said, spend about 2 hours each day of those days, or an hour each day, around 4 p.m. depending on your time, just around 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Those are the best times to get on the market at nighttime, because more people, of course, more people that play Madden are older people. They're adults. They play the game later. They put the cards up. Try to snipe as many cards as you can. Try to get elites, because elites on those days are going to be not market valued. They're going to be cheaper than normal. Try to buy the ones you want to be able to resell. So if you can see an 85 for about 10K, 15K, take the investment, buy that, because when the game comes out, they're probably going to be 20, 30K. Do those kind of things, or, get coins and just snipe the players you want for your team. And that's what I would do.
Alright, so my tips would be during your EA access, depending on how many you get, but for me personally, I'm just going to be doing the 10 hours. Don't even worry about anything else. Just go into Ultimate Team and just start doing solo challenges. Save up coins, start doing solo challenges, get promo cards so you can have them. This is the best way to do it, no money spent. Just do the challenges, get the cards, save up all your coins until those 3 days before, and then you use your coins to just sit the market when you actually have time, because in those 10 hours you only have 10 hours, but the early 3 days before the game actually comes out on the 28th, you have as much time as you want, so you can sit there and snipe and then just rack up cards. And then once the game releases, there's going to be cards that just go for a bunch because people are overpricing them, so you could just put them on the block and almost nearly double your coins just from that. And then you could buy whichever cards you want. That's my tips.
Right, true. Pretty similar. Pretty much, we're kind of on the same page. There's things you can do. But yeah, like I said, he kind of covered everything you're gonna do. I kind of covered everything you're gonna do. The only reason I introduced looking into Playbook is if you're a competitive player and you want to get ahead of the game right away, you kind of want to get an idea of how your playbook is. So yeah, another thing for those of you that are preparing for Madden 21. The promo that you want to do if you're a brand new player will always be Team of the Week. You do all 17 weeks. Technically, there's 16 weeks in the NFL, but you got to account for one bye week. The bye week matters. Okay, anyway, 17 weeks. You do Team of the Week.
Preseason and playoffs.
Preseason and playoffs.
About 19.
Yeah, about 19 to 20 badges total. I don't know off the top of my head. You do all your Team of the Weeks every single week. They refresh every Tuesday. Make sure you guys do those. And at the end of the year, you get a Team of the Year, which is always, of course, self-explanatory. You're going to get cards are going to get a Team of the Year card based on how good they did that year, and then that'll be that. That's literally the best promo to do in Madden right now, because we're not sure about what other promos are going to come out, but that is a consistent promo every single year. So there you go.
Not to mention it's auctionable too.
Yeah, not to mention
So
most time it's
sell it
auctionable.
if you don't want it.
That is true. So yeah, we pretty much covered everything we possibly could. Our hopes for Madden 21. We're gonna do another one here pretty soon after our first impression. Other than that, I really do hope you guys enjoy. It has been your boy DRIFTXPORT. Make sure you check out all my links in the description. I'm gonna let them do their outros, and that'll be it.
Yeah, you could just find all my links down in the description below. Make sure you follow our Twitter at overnightsp. And yeah.
Sir. Okay, so for the comment of this podcast is comment down one thing you would like them to bring back to the game. And so, yeah, follow all my links down in the description. Peace.